We got tired of the fables.
Chop, chop.
Have a seat at the table.
Chop, chop.
Strengthen our partners the angle. Chop, chop. Off the top rope with the banger.
Chop, chop.
We became brothers from strangers. Chop, chop. Can't do it minor, we major. Chop, chop. Brothers from another mother, we chopping. Life on life, let's get it popping. Challenging all of my niggas to prosper, cause giving up is not an option. We laugh, we cry together. Bad boys ride, we die together. Hold each other to account through the highs and the lows. Overcome and celebrate with the bros. Never leave a nigga out in the cold. If he wrong, we get him right and bring him back home. Knowledge is power, we seek to restore. Build him back better than ever before. This that real talk on the adulterated. Ain't worry about folks, they supposed to hate it. And that last ball can be overstated. We chop it up anyway, motivated.
Chop, chop.
We got tired of the fables.
Chop, chop.
Come have a seat at the table.
Chop, chop.
Then our partners the angle. Chop, chop. Off the top rope with the banger. Chop, chop. We became brothers from strangers. Chop, chop. Can't do it minor, we major. Chop, chop. We got tired of the fables. Chop, chop. Come have a seat at the table.
Chop, chop.
Strengthen our partners the angle. Chop, chop. Off the top rope with the banger. Chop, chop. We became brothers from strangers. Chop, chop. Can't do it minor, we major. Chop, chop.
Episode 11, baby. We here again on a Sunday night.
On a Sunday night, man.
We on episode 11, bro.
Hey, man.
And steady moving.
Moving right along, man.
Yes, sir. We want to wish everybody out there, as usual, a happy Sunday. Sit back, relax, and listen to the advice, the knowledge, the laugh, the jokes, all that we try to give, and most importantly, the positivity that we try to push out there to you, the guys. You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, Jay, another Sunday, man. You know what I'm saying? Made it through another week. And just speaking on the current state of Frankfort, Kentucky, where I'm from, you know what I mean? It's been a lot of flooding. You know what I'm saying? I want to say that based on what I've been seeing and reading, this is the most water that we've had as far as the flood's concerned ever.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I know that a lot of people right now are flooded out.
Yeah. We want to send all prayers to them. Just send prayers to the ones out there that's been affected by the flood here. And, man, unfortunately, we did have a tragedy.
Yeah,
I read about too.
Yeah, man. A little young kid, man, got caught in a drain. You know what I'm saying? The currents kind of took him down. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the young kid, man, and his family.
Yes.
And you know, Jay, like,
That's sad.
you know, like, I'm reading the comments, man. Like, for some strange reason, when something bad happens, you know what I'm saying, we tend to voice our opinion, you know what I'm saying, about the situation.
Sometimes your opinion ain't needed, bro.
Yeah, sometimes.
Especially not at this specific moment. At this moment, you just need to send prayers to whoever need them and keep your thoughts to yourself at this moment. At least wait till the situation somewhat dies down before you start coming out with your opinions. Because we're not saying you can't voice how you feel. Just right now is not the time.
Yeah.
So if you want to say anything at the time, just send prayers and condolences out to the family.
Yeah.
But sometimes your opinion may come off as, I don't want to say the wrong word. I'm just say not needed right now. Your opinion may not be needed right now.
Yes, sometimes the best, you know, like what I'm learning, even like right now, you know what I'm saying, like I know a lot of people that I grew up with, some close friends that are affected right now by this flooding situation. And you know what I'm saying? And I want to be, you know, like, I want to be useful, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be useful, and I want to try to help any way I can. But I do know that sometimes when a person is going through tragedy or going through, like, the flooding thing that's going on right now, sometimes people just need a moment to themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like I said, sometimes you know what I'm saying, you just need to give it a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because people are quick to rush, you know what I'm saying, to bombard a person when they see a person going through something, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you ain't, you know what I'm saying, even though you need that support and you need, you know what I'm saying, people to come to your rescue, you also need a moment to yourself, man, to gather your thoughts, to get yourself together, you know what I'm saying? Because you are distraught at the moment, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people like, I've been on social media all day just looking at the pictures, you know what I'm saying, and looking to see who all has been affected, you know what I'm saying, in my community and stuff like that. And I see a lot of people, you know, lending their hand, you know what I'm saying, and saying, you know, if you need anything, you know what I'm saying, this, that. And I want to do that too, you know what I'm saying. But I also know, man, that
sometimes you just gotta give them their space.
yeah, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, just you know what I'm saying, kind of pray. Prayer is just the best thing a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, because sometimes you could just be in the way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Like you say, especially when once something happens, you excuse me, you instantly try to rush to them, rush to their rescue, which is fine. Yeah. But I'm gonna speak for me personally, and like you said, you need this too. But when you've been affected by something, I need my space to sit and think and figure out the plan or the route that I'm finna take.
Yeah.
If you come brushing me with hip and hand ideas, it'll kind of throw me off track for real. So give me like at least a day or two to figure myself out, and then you can come to me with, man, if you need anything, let me know, and I may take you up on that. You know what I'm saying? But as for the day or two that I need, the plan that I'm finna figure out is, I'm not including nobody else in this plan right now. I'm trying to figure out how I'm finna help myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to get myself together and my thoughts before you come to me, which is I'm grateful for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But before you come to me with your lending hand or your thoughts or what you think I should do, I need time. I need time to myself first.
Yeah. And then, like, speaking on the flooding situation, like, you know, the water's so high, like, I'm thinking, like, you know, just in my mind, I'm thinking, like, okay, you know what I'm saying, the best thing you can probably do, you know what I'm saying, is pertaining to a lot of these houses that are underwater, you know what I'm saying, is I mean, if they living on one floor, I mean, you may be able to put things on top of things, you know what I'm saying, to get it above the water level that it's at, you know what I'm saying, but I mean, if you know, a person got it upstairs or something, you may have to move a few things, you know what I'm saying, but you ain't gonna be running in and out that water. That water 4 feet, you know, 5 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't, you know, pulling no U-Haul up to some of these houses. You know what I'm saying? To unload their house, pack their house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some of you just gonna have to, you know, just take it on the chin. I hate to say it, but yeah, some of you just gonna have to take it on
And
the
I
chin.
will say, like, you know, we was talking before we started going live. You know what I'm saying? And just talking about how important renter's insurance is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, of course, natural disasters, you don't see a natural disaster kind of just hit you like boom, you know what I'm saying?
We all got the same mindset. It ain't gonna happen to me. We all got that same mindset, whether it's natural disaster or anything going on in life that's negative or bad. We're like, well, it's happening, but it ain't gonna happen to me. It definitely can happen to you.
Yeah.
It can happen to you, and you want to be prepared for it. And like we were saying, like before we got on here, renter's insurance ain't that much.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I know mine's $20 a month.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes people like, I ain't gonna need it. And it's gonna come a time when you really need it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be too late to get it.
And that just go to show you, man, like, you know, we always talking about, like we've talked on our previous podcast about, you know, like, how much control do we really have, you know what I'm saying, over our life? Like, you don't know what the day gonna bring, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, and I gotta work on this still to this day, you know what I'm saying, like being proactive and just making sure my business is handled. You know what I'm saying? So just in case, you know what I'm saying? Because you do got to, you know, like we heard the saying, you know, save for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Well, it's a rainy day.
And it's hard to say these days too.
Yeah.
Man. But I do want to take this out, and I really mean it. If you, I would say, been affected by the flood, and you need any type of help or assistance, I truly from the heart, I don't mind helping. I have a truck. If you need anything taken from point A to point B, like I said, I have a truck, and I don't mind helping you with that. You know what I'm saying?
And me neither. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you need my help, you know what I'm saying? If there's anything I can do, I definitely got a barbershop to where I could store water, canned goods, totes. You know, I'm pretty sure people gonna need some totes, you know what I'm saying, to pack up the belongings that they can
That they do
salvage,
got,
you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like more, I'm not the guy, you know what I'm saying? If anybody that follows me on social media, they'll know, like, I'm not the guy all in people's comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm really kind of private. I know how to separate my personal life from social media. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. Disasters and situations like this are, using social media is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get some help.
Yeah, you can get more people involved.
You can get more people involved, you know what I'm saying, which is a good thing, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, we all need help and we all need support, you know what I'm saying. But me personally, you know, I'm just kind of the type of guy, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, I'll reach out to you directly, you know what I'm saying. I'm more a direct contact type of person, you know what I'm saying. So like I said, I'm extending, you know what I'm saying, my hands, you know what I'm saying, and whatever I can do, you know what I mean, to help whoever, you know what I'm saying, kind of get their life back to normal, even though I think we still got some rain coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's over yet. You know what I mean? I think that there's still going to be some rain coming based on what I've seen, you know what I'm saying, on the news and different things like that. But, hey, man, listen. Just talking about that little kid.
Yeah, I was definitely
Like,
going.
you know, no matter, man, and I done been through a lot, you know what I'm saying? I done been through a lot, you know what I mean? I've been through a flood, you know what I'm saying? And actually, I remember when I was a kid living down by Dolly Green Park, I remember the flood back then when I was a youngster, you know what I'm saying? And the house getting flooded, because I lived right by the river downtown back when growing up as a kid. And everybody that knows Chris Blythe knows St. John's Court, you know what I'm saying, the street that I lived on. And so I remember that, but that's the last time that I've seen that much water, you know what I'm saying? And so fast forward the tape 30 years later, you know what I mean? Here we are, you know what I'm saying? Natural disaster and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, man, it's just a time, you know what I'm saying, that, you know.
Everybody need to come together and help one another. And I really wish I knew the kid's name just so we could say it. Because everybody that passes away needs to be remembered, no matter who you are. I really wish we knew his name, because the article I read didn't reveal his name. They just said 9-year-old, and they didn't want to reveal his name. So I wish it did, so we can say it, so everybody can know this young man's name and he can forever live long. What you gonna do regardless?
I think I don't know if his name's Gabriel Andrews, you know what I'm saying? I want to say the little kid's name is Gabriel.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't know the child. I don't even know who his family is, you know what I'm saying? But I seen a post where I seen his father. I don't know his dad, you know what I'm saying? But I seen a post that his father posted, man, on social media. And he was just like saying that, you know, a lot of people turn him down, you know what I'm saying? You know, and making him feel like, you know what I'm saying, it was his fault, you know what I'm saying? And you know, like, I be thinking, like, and I'm a parent, man, you know what I'm saying? And I got kids. And, like, you know,
that's the last thing.
Sometimes it ain't no rhyme or reason why something happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tragedy is tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, and then I see, like, you know, man, I mean, you know, we gotta do better, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
People ignorant, man.
We gotta do better. Like in my town, man. And if the shoe fits word, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Because I am from Frankfort, Kentucky. And I see everything, and most of y'all I know, and y'all know me, you know what I'm saying. But man, you know, we got to cool out, man, with the judgment, man, the criticism.
Yeah.
You know, we quick to, you know, throw people under the bus, man, and like our shit don't stink.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you got something. None you got something hidden on the road.
Like
that you
we
don't
all
want to come
do,
to light.
man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't, you know, I'm far from perfect. And I try to say that on every episode to let you know, man, I'm still a work in progress myself, man. But I do know, man, man, I got to keep my own yard clean, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time. You know, it's like, you know, and they was talking, you know, like, they was talking about, you know, the rain was coming and this, that, and the third, and the kids, maybe they should have went to school, maybe they shouldn't have went to school, but the school chose, you know, the school officials chose to have school that day, you know what I'm saying, which, you know, led to the kid, you know, having to go catch the bus, and then tragedy happens and this, that, and the third, but it ain't this, man, listen, it ain't, you know, if they wouldn't have had school, Jay, most of these parents would have been trying to find a babysitter because they'd have had to miss work, and then they only got 1 point left. If they miss work, they're going to get fired. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't win for losing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be something, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, man, I'm not trying to do nothing but, you know what I'm saying? The only person I'm trying to please is the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to walk around here, you know, and act like I'm better than nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be on a level playing field with everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that we all ain't nobody better than
Yeah,
nobody,
we all
man.
gonna have our ups and downs.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying?
And the moment you feel or you look at somebody like you better than them, oh, he finna humble you.
Yeah.
The Lord finna humble you. So yeah, don't ever think you better than somebody just because at the moment you may be doing better than them, or if you feel like you're doing better than them, you better not express it.
Yeah.
You could think it all you want, but you better not express it because you finna get humbled. It's
Yeah,
gonna
man.
happen, and he gonna humble you in the worst way possible. Because we all equal.
Yeah.
We all equal, bro. No matter what, no matter how high you want to put yourself on a pedestal, bro. We all equal.
Yeah.
So all that judging, all that criticism, man, sometimes it's not needed. It's not needed, especially not in this situation right here. I can't fathom why someone would say something to that father saying it's your fault. That's the last thing he need to hear right now.
Yeah.
That's the last thing this man need to hear right now. He just lost something that he brought into this world.
Yeah.
And you want to blame him? No, he don't need that. He don't need that. Right? No, I don't like that.
But you know what? And another thing another thing I know, like, a lot of people don't have empathy, you know what I'm saying, for other people's situation to it hit home, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't really feel a person's pain until you've experienced that same pain,
Yep.
you know, and
And I be trying to also tell a lot of people, you don't know what you'll do in a situation until you in that situation.
yeah.
You can sit here and say, "Now, if I was in this situation, I would do ... You think that, but until you actually in that situation, bro, you don't know what you don't know what you'll do.
Yeah.
You don't. You got to be in a situation to actually. You got to be in that situation to actually give your honest thought or your honest opinion on what you'll do. Because I'm telling you, emotions are real.
Yeah.
So when you in a situation, them emotions gonna take over.
Yeah.
They're gonna take over. So you don't know what you'll do, man.
So yeah, man, like I said, prayers, man. Like, I'm praying for all y'all, you know what I'm saying, that's been affected. Hey, pray for me, man. We all need it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we never know what the day will bring, you know, so we have to, you know, when you're going through something, or you're faced with some adversity, you know what I'm saying, the best thing that I've learned to do in my life, man, is just lean more towards a solution than kind of do, you know, and it's hard. It's easier said than done, you know what I'm saying?
it's hard, yeah.
Because when you're going through something, you feel like you the only one. You know what I'm saying? This, you know, it's, you know, like I can hear a person saying, well, Blad, you know, it's easy for you to say what you saying, you know what I'm saying? Your house ain't underwater.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I've been through things, you know what I mean? And I'm still here, you know what I'm saying? So how do I maintain, you know, a level head, you know what I'm saying, in this state of mind despite everything I've been through? Hey, man, because it's a, you know, it gets greater later, you know what I'm saying? But you got to go through what you got to go through, you know what I mean? Like, you know.
What's a life without scars?
Yeah.
That's what make you who you are at the end of the day.
That's what build character, man. That's what, and your experience is gonna help somebody, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, it just go to show you that this life that we live in is not for us, man.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, this life that we live in, it's not for us. It's for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why we doing this podcast. You know, like, me and Jay work a lot. You know what I'm saying? We got kids and we got a lot of stuff going on. And I can't speak for Jay, but I can speak for Bly. Trust me, at 8 o'clock at night on a Sunday, knowing I got to get up in the morning and go to work, I could definitely find me something else to do for an hour, you know, than being here.
Whether it be sleep, watch TV,
Whatever, laying in the crib in my drawers, chilling, you know.
Yep.
But I feel like I got a purpose and I got a responsibility, man, to help somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what this is all about, man. Like, me and Jay here to be inspired, you know, and put this positive energy out in the world, especially during hard times
like this.
Like this,
Yeah,
you know what I
this
mean?
is the perfect time for us to come together.
Yeah.
Perfect time, man. So like, I don't know how many hours it is in the week, but we taking 1 hour out of the week to come and try to help somebody else.
Yeah.
It ain't that difficult.
No.
Like you said, some days where we don't want to do it, but we feel like we have a purpose.
Yeah.
Cause I go through on our comments sometimes, and people be saying, "Man, I really need to hear this," and it make me feel so good, bro, knowing that words that we spoke would just help somebody, just uplifted somebody else, and let them know they ain't in it alone. That make me feel so good, bro. Cause like I said, I feel like we have a purpose of doing this, and seeing that we touching people with our words, bro, it make me feel so good. It's a great feeling, bro. It's a great feeling.
And every day, like, you know, every day, you know, the same way, you know what I'm saying, you gotta, you know, put food in your stomach. Like every day you gotta be fed, you know what I'm saying? Some good positive, you know what I'm saying, stuff. We gotta talk about the same stuff over and over again, because your mind will be quick to forget, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of this stuff we saying, people, you know what it, you know, like a lot of times we know what the answer is.
Yeah.
We know what to do, you know what I mean? A lot of times we know the right answer. You know, we know the things, the thoughts that we should be playing in our head and stuff like that. But sometimes it takes other people to say it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
To kind of, you know what I'm saying, confirm or reaffirm, you know, what you already know.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Honestly, sometimes that right answer don't feel like that right answer don't feel like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes the right thing to do is hard to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes you may be thinking. That's why I say it's good to talk to other people.
Yeah.
Because you may be thinking, okay, this is the right thing to do, but let me see if somebody else also think this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, some people live like, I don't need nobody else's confirmation. No, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm the type of person that if I feel like it's the right thing to do, I'm gonna ask somebody else and see if they feel like it's the right thing to do too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because especially when your emotions is, you know what I'm saying, when you're really
Emotions
emotional.
high. Yep.
You know, because when you're emotional and you're caught up, you know, in yourself and everything like that, it is hard to make the right decision. You know, because most of the time, and what I've learned in Jay, the right thing to do is simple.
Yep.
Most of the time, the answers that we looking for be simple.
Be right there in front of you sometimes.
Yeah, they be right in front of your face, like the next right thing to do be right in front of your face, you know. But sometimes you so caught up in, you know, your feelings and emotions and things like that you really just can't think straight, you know. And so that's why I say, like we said earlier, you know, when people are going through things, sometimes, like I've had some friends, man, lose some people, and I don't call them soon as it happens. I might wait a couple days, because I know there's 100 other people
Blowing them up.
saying
Saying the same thing you finna say.
the same thing I'm finna say, and I'm knowing that, you know, the only thing I can do is let you know that if you need me, I'll be there.
Yeah. And I'm the type of person, I don't really know how to comfort people at really real bad times, like devastating times. I really don't know how to comfort people like that for real. So I just tell them, like, if you need something, let me know. And I know last episode we said some folks be lying when they say that, but no, if I say if you need something, let me know. Let me know, bro.
Now, Jay, moving on. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but Antonio Brown raised some money for this father. Now, I don't know if the story is true or false, but there was a father that had some kids, and he left the kids to go on a job interview to get a job.
I seen that, but I ain't know AB raised some money for him.
Yeah, he got involved, you know what I mean? And I think the goal was like 60,000 or something like that, but last I checked, it was way past that. Now,
The father got arrested too, didn't he?
I believe,
I seen it.
I don't, like I said, I don't know if the story was true or false, but I got to think to myself,
He thought, I'm gonna go leave somebody in McDonald's if y'all want to raise money.
I ain't scared to ask for help, right?
Yeah.
I ain't scared to ask for help, but there's just some things that, and this may be the ignorance in me, you know, like sometimes I would rather suffer,
Then ask.
and I have done that,
Then ask.
than ask.
Yeah.
You know,
It's that pride in us as a man. It's that pride in us. We'd rather really struggle to get it out the mud than go ask for somebody else. And it's good and bad, because I'm the type of person, I hate when I do ask somebody for something and they give it to me later on down the road, they throw it in my face. I never ask for your help again.
yeah.
Because I really came from a bottom place, I would say, and I needed some help. I'm one of the person that unless I ask for my parents, I don't mind asking my parents.
For sure.
But anybody else, I don't really think I can do it, bro. I gotta really rock with you for me to ask for your help.
Yeah.
And that's the pride as a man. You want everything to be done on your own. You want to be able to say, "No, I did this. I made this happen." That's how I am. I want to say I made this happen. So I kind of understand, like, you know what I'm saying. We're asking
And
people for
like you
help.
said, you know, because we know some folks that they'll ask you for anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it ain't no, you know, they don't really, they could do without it.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't like, you know, what they're asking for is going to, you know, change the whole narrative.
Yeah.
They just need a little cushion, you know what I'm saying, for the moment, you know what I'm saying, just to ease the situation. But they don't really need nothing.
Yeah, them the ones that struggle with actually being down bad. Because you ain't never been there. Yeah. When you get the little sense of you feel like you finna go down bad, you go ask for help. Yeah. I'm a true believer that everybody need to face hard times.
Man.
Because at one point in your life, a hard time is going to hit you, whether it's financially or you got something going on with your family or a tragedy. At some point in your life, hard time is going to hit you. How you going to handle it if you ain't never been in it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I seen, shout out to Lil Duval, but I follow Lil Duval.
Yeah.
And he talks about that a lot, like how, people reach out to him, because people write you a 4-page letter, man, on their situation, you know what I'm saying, to make you give in and look out for them, you know what I'm saying? And he was just talking about, sometimes you gotta let people fall. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let people fall. Like I know, like in my case, I remember, man, like Jay, I'm telling you, what I'm saying is what I've been through. Yeah. Because I remember, man, exhausting all my resources, wearing people out, begging and borrowing, instead of, like we know, if people see you helping yourself, they will help you.
Yeah, I sure ain't finna help nobody that ain't trying to help themselves.
It took me a long time to start trying to help myself, right? It took me a long time to, man, get up off your ass, man. You able?
Yeah.
You able?
Quit expecting handouts or expecting somebody. And don't nobody owe you nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Man, don't nobody owe you nothing.
So you got to especially if you able, man, get up and go get it, man.
You owe yourself.
Yep. You want to, excuse me, you want a specific lifestyle or something, you need to get up and go get it.
And look, I want to say this, man. Shout out to my dad, Dirty Red. Everybody know Dirty Red.
Yeah.
And he may be watching this episode right now, but this is something that my daddy says to me and probably all my brothers and sisters. I gave you life, now live.
Yeah.
Now, some people might hear that and say, damn, he cold-blooded.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I gave you life, now live. But it's true. Listen, what he did do and what he didn't do, I'm grown. Mm-hmm. Get up and go handle your business, Yep. And every time I think about taking a day off.
You hear that?
Because my daddy's one of them OGs, he one of them ones like, man, you better get up and go handle your business.
I'm the same way with my mama. Like, if I'm thinking about quitting my job, I gotta run through my dukes first. I'm a grown man, but at the end of the day, if I quit, I'm gonna have to hear that. So I'm like, Mom, I'm thinking about quitting. You better not. All right, I'm going to work.
Yeah, man. So I be like, even with my kids, I'll tell them like, yeah, I love you. Mm-hmm. And I'm always going to be there for you. But you going to do your part.
Yeah.
You going to be responsible. Like, we ain't just passing out money. Ain't nobody just passing out money. Yeah. I don't give a damn if your mama, your daddy, whoever. They going to be there. And guess what? They know what's going on. See, a lot of times, people know your situation.
Yeah.
Especially if they close to you.
Yep.
They don't need you to tell them, they don't need you to tell them nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like me. Man, listen, I'm from Frankfort, Kentucky. I'm a barber in this town. In a small town, everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Now,
your business get around real quick.
Your business gonna get around whether you think you lower and you know what I'm saying, you discreet and you move a certain kind of way. Trust me. Everybody know a little bit about everybody. Mm-hmm. Period, point blank. So you can get that thinking you the only one that, and you just discreet and this, that, and third out your head.
Yeah. Because if you done told one person, that's just like telling 1,000 people.
Come on, man.
If you ain't told, you probably could keep it to yourself. But if you done told one person, it's out there. It's out there. You can forget it. It's out there. You know what I'm saying? But, man.
Yes, sir.
How about that Final Four?
Hey, Jay, listen. We can talk about it because ain't neither one of us in it, right? So, just messing with you. Hey, but I was telling people, listen, you got your Dukes, you got your, your Kentuckys, Alabama, they doing their thing. You got these you got these notable names, these notable programs that you always expect, you know, to be
Top dog.
top dog, right? Everybody ain't. I've been saying Houston was a problem for a minute. Like, I just could tell. First of all, they got a Hall of Fame coach, Calvin Sampson. People didn't kind of probably forget about Calvin Sampson. You know, he's a legendary man. You know, he come up with, you know, when you think of Tom Izzo or the Rick Pitino's, you know, all these legendary Mike Krzyzewski, you know what I'm saying, Jimbo Hank, like all these legendary coaches that have came up through here, Bobby Knight and all these legendary coaches. He's one of those. Mm-hmm. And, man, he got Houston. Listen, them boys is for real.
But they finna get whooped on. I tell you that.
Now,
Man,
I'm going to tell you. Go ahead. I'm going to let you go and speak your piece.
I did not want to see no Florida and Houston matchup, bro. I wanted to see Florida and Duke, but Duke blew it. They blew it.
Yeah, they did.
At one point, I think they was up by like 14, 13. And then at like 50 seconds left, they was up by like 6 or something like that. They blew it.
Yeah, they did.
Man, I don't want to see no Florida and Houston because I'm going to tell you now. Florida's going to whoop them by 10 plus.
Listen. Florida got a heck of a squad now. And that boy, Walter Clayton Jr.
He's a bad man.
Now, me personally, and I'm pretty sure Calvin, you know, they going to prepare, you know what I'm saying? Listen, stop him.
Thing I can't say about Houston, though, them boys got grit and heart.
Yeah.
They don't care how much they down by. They ain't giving up till that clock say 0-0 at the end of that second half. So that's a problem Florida going to have.
Man, I went to bed, dude. I went to bed. I said, Duke won this. I woke up, man, about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got to looking at my phone, and I had me a parlay ticket, right? I had Duke winning the national championship on the ticket, right? Man, I woke up, and I just knew that thing was going to say still open.
Nope.
Man, the bet was already settled.
Enacted.
With a red X. Man, I was shitty. You know what I'm saying? I said, dang.
So do you think Coop coming back for another year, Cooper Flag, or you think he leaving? I think he's going to come back because I don't think he liked the way that ended. And, man, I already making millions. I think he's going to come back another year.
Well, I know that that would be the only reason.
Yeah. To win it?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't like the way it ended.
Yeah.
We was up 50-something seconds.
Yeah.
And we blew it. So, yeah, I'm coming back.
Man, I couldn't believe it. But like they say, like we hear all the time, it ain't over till it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And Houston kept fighting.
All right, if you was him, would you come back? I would. I'm already making millions.
Yeah, but you know, we talking about the #1 draft pick in the NBA, man.
Who got the #1 pick? Like probably the Wizards. Do you want to play for them?
Yeah, Jay. Jay. You know, like I understand. Like he don't need.
Yeah.
That's just a dream that you know he's gonna. Obviously, it's gonna come true.
Especially with this NIL money.
You know.
At this point, they going to the league just because it's a dream. They don't need it.
But as far as money, it definitely ain't gonna be the motivation. You know, money's definitely not gonna be the motivation because you could see, you know, at the post conference, you know, like he was crushed.
Yeah, you can tell he was crying, which I would too if I blew it like that.
Yeah.
And he had the game winning shot, and he missed it. He missed it bad too. Barely hit the front of the rim. But I mean, it shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have been.
The
in that
game should have
position
been
anyway.
over.
Yeah, it should have been over.
But like we say all the time, like free throws win games, man.
Mm-hmm.
And down the stretch, you know, you got to knock them. You know, them free throws is powerful.
They put a man at the line. It was the free throw before they called that over the back foul on Cooper. Which, if you ask me, I say it is over the back. I think it's a foul. But the dude that shot that free throw, I think they say he was a 50% free throw shooter on the year. Come on, bro. I know I'm finna get him. I'm gonna do everything I can to get a rebound because this man shoot 50% from the line during the season. You think he finna make this clutch free throw? Like, there's so much pressure on him? Nah. Nah,
They probably need call a timeout so he can take a dunk. I know I'd be probably ready to pee and boo on myself in front of 30, 40,000 people 17, 18 years old. And that's what I be saying, like, the pressure, man, of these kids playing on that type of level.
Plus, with the money, making it more pressure.
Yeah,
because
man.
you getting this $3, $4, $5 million NIL money coming in, and you can't make a clutch free throw. Not saying that's his position. That's what he got going on right now. But it's already all right, take the money out of it. You already at Duke at the clutch time on the line making a free throw. You at Duke. So they're expecting you to make it because this is one of the top basketball programs in the world right now. So they're expecting you to make it. Not add the money onto it. You at Duke and you getting $5 million in NIL money. You better make this shot. You know what I'm saying? So that money ain't doing nothing but adding more pressure to them.
And we all know in the world of sports, a person only remembers your last play.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a thing like Cooper. I'm pretty sure Cooper Flagg's going to spend the rest of this summer or until he decides what he's going to do. Like, it's, he going that game going to eat him up.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take a little minute. They're going to eat him up. So I would say, to get that up off of him, come back, try to do it again. But like I said, to make it ain't easy road to the national championship. Like we see it. Like I said, when the last time Houston been in the national championship game?
I don't know. Houston been good the past few years though.
Yeah, they've been rolling, but I'm trying to think of course, like I said, I'm 45. I remember Hakeem Olajuwon. He played at Houston, but it had to been
way back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time they was in it. Did you see that the women's championship tonight?
Man, I got to see some scores. It looked like UConn just beating the brakes off.
The brakes off South Carolina.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I think they beat them by like 29.
Yeah, I seen the score. I was like, yeah, it looked like and see, another thing, like, because UConn had dropped off a little bit, as far as being the headliner of women's college basketball. And but talking about legendary coaches, they still that program.
Mm-hmm.
That guy Gino is still coaching that team and still getting the best girls in the nation. Yeah. You got your LSUs, South Carolinas,
USC slowly coming up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the talent is because at one time there was just, the best girls, there was a time where kids were just going to certain schools. Mm-hmm. But like with the money and now the talent is spread.
It's spread out. Yeah, it's balanced now because a lot of people got money. But I seen this silly debate. I feel like it's a silly debate, but it's funny. They said it's not. I'm gonna just say not manly like, but it's a word I want to use. Start with a G.
Yeah.
They said it's not manly like for a man to lotion his butt.
Man, Jay, because now see, Jay, you a little more. You know what I'm saying? You a little more. On the social media thing, you interact more than me, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be checking you out all week long. I'll be saying, boy, here he goes, you know what I mean? Yeah. But no, man, and I don't do it enough.
I do it every time. Man, I lotion everything on me. Not everything, but
the way I be scratching in my sleep and tearing my body up.
I hate being ashy. I hate it. It's aggravating, bro. Dry skin. Oh, no.
I'm sitting here now, man, could use some lotion, No, so ain't nothing, that's even like, I'm gonna tell you this. I've only got what you call it when you get your nails.
I think it's manicures, and your feet. Pedicures, I don't know.
I've only done that maybe 1 or 2 times. Mm-hmm. And because I thought that just wasn't thing men do, right? Yeah. Until I became a man and started meeting other men. And they be like, "Blind man, I get that done twice a month."
Yeah, I used to get my feet did a lot because wearing them boots and them hard floors cause a lot of dead skin at the bottom. So I don't get no polish on my toes and nothing like that. But I get, you know what I'm saying? I soak them, they rub my legs, scrape the bottom of my feet.
That's cause that ain't nothing but self-care, man. That's just self-care, man.
But I can't do nothing on the nails. I barely got nails. I bite mine, so I can't do nothing on the nails. But feet, and it's relaxing too.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes they put you in a massage chair, your back get the roll, and they're scrubbing your feet at the same time. Oh, it's relaxing. It feel good. Yeah. You just got your feet dead. Because a lot of men like to rub their feet together when they get to bed.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to rub my feet together all that dead skin. I feel like I got my foot in the bag of potato chips.
Yeah, bottom. Man, your heel, man, look
Cutting
like
the sheets. Toenails long enough, I'm cut the sheets up. No, I got to go get my dead, bro.
All that's a part of, lotion yourself down. Getting your nails cleaned up and your feet, worked on, all that stuff is self-care. Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing. It just shows that you're taking care of yourself. That's it.
It was this one guy, he said, man, if a man put lotion on his butt, than he. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take it out the.
Yeah, he said, imagine a man in the mirror putting lotion on his body. I said, you ain't got to get in the mirror, brother. You ain't got to look at yourself doing it. But yeah, I got to put lotion. I hate being ashy, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Jay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, like that's like me. I take a shower. I take 2 showers a day. Man, I take a shower before I go to bed and a shower when I wake up.
Yeah.
I just do it. That's just, it makes me feel good. You know, it makes me feel clean. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Because I got some cousins.
They don't wash nothing.
Listen. You know when you're stinking.
Yeah, you know it.
You know, should nobody have to tell you that? You know, when you start smelling yourself, man, you need to put some water on that behind. You know, like I got some family members, I got friends too. Listen, if you've been out all day working, the last thing you need to do when you come home is just get straight in the bed.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I do it sometimes.
No, but what I'm saying,
I be tired, bro. I be too. See, what be crazy is on the way home, I be like, hey, I just work. I need to get in the shower. I'm getting a shower as soon as I get home.
And you
Man, I get home. That's why I mess up at.
Yeah.
I sit down before I get straight in the shower. Once you sit down, you're through. Especially if you just got out of work, you're through.
And you take that first boot off, you got to chill for a minute.
You need to take that boot off right before you get in that. Leave your boots at the tub. Because I'm telling you, you get comfortable a little bit right after you get off work. You ain't finna get in the shower.
Yeah, man.
But luckily, I don't do that hard. Like, I'm in the office. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really get out there and do all that grimy work. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's over with.
Yeah.
So I'm in the office. So I don't really be.
You ain't going too hard, you know what I'm saying? When you drench and sweat when you come out there.
Yeah. If I was doing all that, I'd probably just lay on the floor before I get into bed now.
Yeah.
You got that when they be coming home musty and all. Nah, fuck away from me. But did you see what happened at that track meet down there in Texas? Oh man, you know people making it a racist thing.
Talk to me.
The black kid that stabbed the white kid in the chest at a track meet. So far from what I've seen and collected, they was at a track meet. The black kid was under a tent, but supposedly he was under the wrong tent. But another story I heard was a coach gave him permission to go under that tent. So these 2 twin brothers, of course they white guys, and the other guy was a black guy. The 2 twin brothers, the white guys, they came and told the young black man he's under the wrong tent. He didn't move. So what I'm hearing, I wasn't there now. I'm just collecting from what I see on social media. That they got aggressive. I also heard that he got aggressive. So I heard they got aggressive, and they just basically was trying to grab him or something like that. And the dude reached in his bag and said, "Touch me and see what happened." And apparently one actually went to grab him and grab his bag to remove him, and he stabbed one of the twin brothers in his chest and took off running. While the other twin brother tried to stop the bleed and do CPR and all that. Apparently the young man, the young man passed away. Yeah. One of the twin brothers passed away. Yeah. So the cops finally caught up to the black guy and arrested him, and he didn't know he killed the man. He didn't know he killed the young man. So he asked the cops, he was like, I was just protecting myself. They shouldn't have put their hands on me, but is he going to be okay? Not knowing that he actually killed the man. Yeah. So, people making it a racist thing, a hate crime. Yeah. People like, why would he even have a weapon at a track event anyway? And some people are like, well, why did they have to touch him? You know how people are.
For sure.
So how do you feel about the situation? I ain't gonna lie, for me, I don't know why he would have a weapon at the track event, but I would think people would search bags at a track event, like security or whatever. Like, you bring a bag in that they can't see through. I thought they search stuff like that.
But it's so easy to finesse, it's so easy to get things. Listen, as long as people's running things,
you can get something by them. Then people know how to get stuff by metal detectors and stuff now too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then like these phones, man, you under surveillance 24 hours a day. And the thing is, like, a lot of times when people post an incident, it be a clip of the whole story. But we see that clip, and to the world, that clip is the whole story. Mm-hmm.
But they ain't show you what transpired before.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we don't really. So that clip ain't really the full story on how we even got to what
They need to drop a clip, because right now it's just people coming around that actually seen what happened, saying what they experienced and what they saw. But they need the clip, because Some people were saying the black guy just got aggressive out of nowhere. Some people actually said those two twin brothers been bullying people, and he's one of the people they've been bullying. I'm just going off what I've been seeing.
Sure.
Like I said, I wasn't there, so I don't know, man. But it's just sad. It's always sad when somebody dies.
Yeah.
You know. But some people saying the young man from the police self-defense and he may get off. Some people saying nah. Some people say that's premeditated murder because he brought a weapon to an event and he actually used it.
Yeah.
Which I can kind of see the you know the word I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I can see it because
Yeah.
he actually brought it.
Premeditated,
Yeah,
yeah.
premeditated. He actually brought it, and then he used it, so I can see it. But something in this world, man, you might need to carry something on you at all times.
Hey, and you know, like, I'm all for human rights. You know, I'm all for, like, whatever the government says that you're allowed to do as far as, you know, like carrying, like we look at, like carrying firearms, you know, like I'm not, because it ain't the firearm that kills people.
The person.
It's the person, you know, so, you know, I just feel like, and then like me personally, you know, I don't really walk around packing like that because, and I'm not saying that, that I'm just such this cool guy that you know I ain't nobody gonna touch black. You know, that I ain't saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because a fool will do anything. You know, but I'm just saying, you know, the energy that comes with that. You know, like even me sometimes, like, cause some people, you look at them and you talk to them and you like, man, they don't even look like they mentally stable to make the right decision with a gun or a knife or anything. You know, they look like they just looking to pop off.
You ask some people out here that just looking to crash out and kill somebody.
You know what I'm saying? And so they you know, you got the freedom to pack, you know, so and you ain't mentally there. The least little thing, somebody step on your toe, you know,
ready to kill
you ready to pop, you ready to blow them down, you know. So, you know, I don't know, man. It's just, Jay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even argue with people no more. Like, I can't even remember the last time that I really had a confrontation. Because, like I said before, it take two fools to do that.
Yeah.
And I really ain't trying to be the fool.
Like we said, when it's rare when people are arguing, they're not trying to understand each other.
No.
One person trying to get a point across, another person trying to get a point across. Ain't nobody trying to. You ain't really gonna find the bigger person in the argument because the bigger person is gonna take a moment, put whatever point they're trying to get across to the side, and try to understand that person first. But it takes a big person to do that, and especially in the midst of an argument. For sure, it takes a big person to do that. So, and to be able to do that, like I said, you got to be a bigger person. But that rarely happens. Everybody the two people trying to get that point across. And when you both are trying to get your point across in the midst of an argument, it ain't going to get no better. It's going to blow up, if anything. Because now you trying to get yours across, you trying to get theirs across. You not listening, they not listening. So now I'm finna elevate the screaming, and hopefully it don't elevate to domestic. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to arguments, it's best. It's easier said than done. Yeah. But it's best to just tell somebody, you know what, you right, or just not argue at all. It's hard to do that because I'm the type of person, if you coming at me with something, it's hard for me to be like, okay, I don't want to argue, you right. It's hard for me to do that because some people take that as if you do that to them that they right. And you do not want to let a person feel like they right there every time you argue. Because they ain't going to ever shut up.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like even with me, Jay, a lot of times, you know, I can get petty.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I trust me. And people that's in my life, they know this. Man, I can get petty sometimes. Sometimes ain't nothing going wrong and I can start something. Right? You know, but I'm saying all that to say, like, even when I come in contact with people that I can tell they, you know, it ain't a personal threat to me. Like it ain't like the way they acting ain't really it ain't between us. Yeah. They battling something within themselves. Right? Yeah. So I'm saying that to say even with me, like when I'm on my petty tip, it don't really be the other person.
You got something within yourself that's bothering you, so
I'm battling I'm battling my own demons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm acting out of character, you know, or doing something like, come on, black man, what you know, like.
Yeah, you out there ruining somebody else's moves just because you got something within yourself.
So instead of like, you know, so like now, like understanding myself, when I come in contact with people that I'm, that I see how easy that if I entertain them, it can go there because of what they going through, not what we going through.
Yeah.
And that's just me growing and learning more about myself. So I don't take people personal. Like, I don't take people personal. Like, I know that everybody due for a bad day.
Yeah.
Everybody, some days you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, and all the time I meet people coming in all the time, and man, they come in here and I don't know what their life's like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I just know they coming in here to try to get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? And they may come, and their energy might be off. My energy might be off. But
Everybody got their bad days.
Yeah, but I understand, like, it's not personal between me and that individual. They got something going on in their life. I may have something going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? So knowing how to, set that to the side. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that be a lot of the, like, when you see people getting into it, most of the time it be petty.
Mm-hmm. They're just looking for a reason to take that frustration out for real.
But they got
going on.
but all this stuff all this stuff you have all this stuff bottled up inside of you. Man, it got to go somewhere. And most of the time it go to the innocent bystander. Or your energy is directed towards the wrong person.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of that, right? I'm guilty of that, so.
And sometimes you don't even realize you're doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes I suffer with, when I have stuff going on, I'm just use me and my fiance for example. When I got stuff going on, sometimes I dish it out on her, and I don't even be knowing I'm dishing it out on her until she tell me. And I sit back like, damn, I was making your life miserable because I had stuff going on outside of us.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes for another person to tell you, like, look, I can tell you got something going on right now because, one, you're not acting yourself, and two, you're taking it out on me. You know what I'm saying? So it can get the best of you sometimes.
Yeah.
When you got shit going on,
absolutely.
it can get the best of you.
Absolutely. But just being able to, and I ain't saying, and it's just, we have to look at ourselves in the mirror, you get by yourself. When you get by yourself, you can kind of do an inventory on yourself, your day, and you can see, situations throughout that day that where you could have done a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing, so that's why I say, Jay, like, I got so much work to do, man, on myself. I ain't got no time to be trying to change nobody else or definitely beat nobody else down for what they don't do or what they do, because, hey, man.
Yep. But, man, I want to leave everybody with a message tonight, including you, Bly.
I'm listening.
Sometimes we struggle to try to find, to light a fire under our ass to get us to go harder. Sometimes we struggle with it. Man, I did something this weekend that lit a fire under my ass. We moving soon. And I know this place is some townhomes that was just built. Beautiful place, bro. I mean, gorgeous. But they high. I'm talking about high. Like, I can't afford to pay for them right now. But I still wanted to go see them. Even though I couldn't afford to pay for them right now. I still wanted to go see them. And when I tell you I got there and that motherfucker was so... Excuse me.
Kick it, man.
It was beautiful, bro. And when I tell you, when I left out of that place, it lit a fire under my ass. Like, I got to do better. I got to get out here and really go get it. I finally found something that, of course, sometimes I can light my own fire under my ass. You know what I'm saying? But I found something else that can do it. Like, go see something that you know you can't purchase right now, that you know you can't buy right now. Go look at it. Examine it. Imagine yourself driving it. Or if I'm talking vehicle-wise, imagine yourself driving it or a house. Go look at that house. Just sit out there in front of the yard, whatever, just look at it. You know you can't take it and you can't buy it right now. Man, that's going to light a fire under your ass, and it's going to motivate you. Yeah. I ain't did nothing yet because it just happened yesterday, but I done came up with so much stuff that I can do right now to light a fire, to put me and my family in a better position financially. I'm going to tell you about the place too so you can go look at it. When I tell you it's beautiful, bro, it's beautiful.
You know what that's called?
I just can't imagine.
Jay, you know what that's called? That's just called manifesting.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Listen, and that's real. Like, put it like this. It's a few years ago, my daughter, she said, Daddy, I want to ride through this neighborhood because this is where I'm going to live at one day. This is how I want to live. Yeah. Right? And so I'm like thinking to myself,
Crazy.
She manifesting. This is what she want.
Yeah.
Guess what? What you say you want to do is going to happen. What you want, when you manifest something, you know, that will become your reality. Listen, man, I remember when I used to sit around and I used to beat myself up, used to think it was always what I can't do, not what I can do. See what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, that's why it took me so long to get going, because it was always a what if. You know what I'm saying? Well, man, like I'd say, man, I want to get this old nice house, but what if?
Cut that what if out.
Man,
because that's doubt. That what if is doubt.
Can't. What if?
If.
But.
Yep, cut all of that out.
You know, all that is not, it ain't, no. You can achieve. You can do anything that you want to do. Anything that comes in your mind that you want out of this life can become a reality, man. You just got to put the work in. That's all. But that's what it's all about. And that's why you got leaders and you got followers. Because a leader gonna take a risk. A leader's you can't tell a leader or a boss what they can't do. Because see, a person that got a boss mentality, a leader is gonna do what you say they can't.
You said something.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't doubt, and there's a lot of things I want to do, and it ain't. But I know I got to put the work in, though. You know, like I know I got to put the work in. But me saying what I can't do no more ain't what I'm on.
Yeah. You got to cut it out, because that ain't nothing but doubt.
Yeah.
And that little bit of doubt will ruin that whole dream that you got.
Yeah. And I don't care what it costs. None of that. You ain't got to be qualified. All you got to do is stay focused and stay motivated. Keep doing what you're doing. And everything, man, when I tell you everything, I want to do so much more. You gotta speak life into yourself.
Yep.
You gotta speak life into yourself. That's why, Jay, that's how we became close, you know what I'm saying? Because you a lot wiser than I was at your age. And we speak life into each other, man. If you're not surrounded around people that speak life into you, if you surrounded around people, every time you say you want to do something, they say, man, you sure you can afford that? Man, I don't think, you might need to lower your standards. No, they don't get it. You ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do is keep doing what you're doing. That big old house, whatever you want out of this life, you can achieve that, man. Period.
We're going to leave y'all with that, because I felt that on another level.
Yes, sir.
We out.
We became brothers from strangers. Can't do it minor, we major. We got tired of the fables. Come have a seat at the